was broken, you wouldn't believe. I wouldn't believe. No. Been through the storm, no use in hoping you would come rescue me. Somehow your love set me free. Now I can let my life pass me by. Oh, I can get down and try to work it all out this lifetime. Work it all out this time. I can let it all pass me by.
Hello. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Look who made it to the party tonight. What's going on, Dom? You guys, we are back tonight to talk Imperfect Women, Season 1, Episode 7, Fabulation. And of course, you see them, you love them. I am not here alone. We have Tyra over at Struggle Reviews TV. How are you doing today, Tyra? And are you ready to get into the Imperfect Women?
I'm ready because, Mary, I thought you were Nancy Drew. I thought you had something in the tuck, girl. You just lost and turned out that quick. I'm ready. It's stuff to talk about here. Absolutely.
Dom, Cinematic Pain, how are you today? And are you ready to get into the Imperfect Women of it all? We missed you last week. They was asking for you in the chat, Dom.
I know I had to have something to take care of. I'm mad I missed it. I'm mad I missed this great show on television right now. But yeah, I've gotten into a lot of perfect women in my life, but these women are special.
A lot, Dom. He said I've had a lot of imperfect women in my life and times.
Just a few.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple.
Been so many places in my life and times. Seen a lot of songs, you know what I mean? Made some bad rhymes. Now, overall thoughts, this is where we start every single time. I'm gonna go first because listen, I had a time over here with this episode. I loved it. This was my favorite episode of the season. If I'm rating it, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst thing, 10 being the best. And chat, drop down your rating of this episode. I'm really giving this a strong 8.8, 8.9. I had a fun time over here. I feel like Elizabeth Moss did a bait and switch on this show. I think she purposely casted this show so that she would shine in these last couple of episodes. But the highs and lows, the only thing that really pissed me off was when she says, he's just smarter than me. I'm just a dummy. Like I'm so stupid and he's so smart. I really needed them to prove that to me, but overall, I had a great time with this episode. Tyra, I'm starting with you. Overall thoughts, fabulation.
You will never let hoe-ass Howard play on your top like this. I believed in you, Mary. The way that she was running around here collecting the facts, all down hooting and hollering at the police station, you need to do something. I found all of this because I'm Mary. I'm Inspector Gadget. Then you get over here. It's like she's meeting her husband for the first time, and I'm not about to play with you. You knew who this bastard was.
That boy, the AT&T internet gonna get you every time.
It cut off. I hope it wasn't Dane. Dom, overall thoughts of the episode, and how would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I
was waiting for you to say psych. No way you thought that this episode.
Not in the middle of me cussing. I was giving my good cuss words. Don't do that. No, like I thought more of Mary as far like you just this sad sack of a housewife who you just had no idea that this is who your husband was this entire time. He was just that good. Howard, he's just not that slick. David Howard, he's just not that slick. It doesn't give that, and it's like if he could maybe get over on you if you were just that much of a simpleton. But even the wife that we met last episode, she was given, but clearly she got out with her good knee. So we had a little bit more sense. But this here, I was like, Mary, did you not really have a clue? She's like, oh my God, I can't believe that you would do this. I could. If she stopped running around in these shows, sleeping with married men, then we wouldn't end up in these situations. But it's a good episode. I'm going to definitely give it a 9.
Tyra said, close your legs to married men. Dom, he's saying we're wrong. He said he was shocked I gave it an 8.8, 8.9. So I know he's shocked you gave it a 9. Dom, talk to us, baby. What's that you feeling?
Y'all really y'all are drinking whatever Kool-Aid Mary was drinking to get in this marriage. That is, because there's no way that this is getting better for y'all. It's crazy.
You didn't like the last episode, Dom?
No.
We loved the last episode. We thought they turned up the writing. We thought they did a whole 180 and they got better.
Every episode, I have to I call BS that this was written and created by women. No way. There's no way that this was a woman produced thing, and no way that this is on Apple TV. I call Apple TV the new HBO for their quality, and they just proved me wrong with this. We'll get into it, but Mary is not anything. She's exactly who we were introduced to in the beginning of the show, and I'm convinced more now than ever, and I'm probably gonna say it again tonight. But this show has a formatting issue to me. Like, this show should have waited to tell us who died. Like, instead of a who done it, we should have been immersed in all of these women's lives and we're like, who died? Who died and who the killer? That would have been, because I'm getting all of this context with Mary that is very convenient now, but I don't care. All of these surprises, all of this stuff is very 11th hour convenient for the plot, and I don't care.
Well, we covered that, Don. We just said it got better. You know,
but I didn't care about the reveals. The reveals of who Mary was and what they've been doing, and Howard, David. I don't. And Elizabeth Moss is a great actress. But it seemed like she was trying to do a Viola Davis, and I've been standing here with you, and it didn't connect like that for me. I don't care, because you should have got out. You've been in this marriage 20 years, and you started in infidelity, and he's been manipulating you for this long. Yeah, you are dumb.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the people have voted as well. B. Ashland says 8. Listen, and I agree. Tremaine, 8.5. Ryan Round says 8. Brittany says 9. Women, Dom.
Hey,
it's that women, Dom.
Said 8.
And look, and this is the target audience, and so I'm not the demographic for this show, apparently. So that's fine.
That's a 9, off of that, the strength of those first 3 episodes that we got and where we are, this is top tier. I'm sorry.
And I think with the way this episode ended too, threw the whole episode in the trash for me, and in my opinion, but
they said we're doing it. Brittany says this is the way this is the formatting of the book, because I think we talked about it very early in the season that really we should have gotten to know Nancy first. It shouldn't have been presented the way Eleanor's story should have come later as well. I think that they were just misordered episodes. But honestly, the last 2 episodes, I was sad. I had a good time. I cackled. And anytime I can do that, I'm having a good time. And I felt like overall it was better. And again, and I was contributing it to the fact that Elizabeth Moss is a very accomplished actress, right? I think she does a great job with what she's given. But even this episode, I wasn't as mad at Eleanor either. Like, I was like, oh, okay, Carrie, you gonna cry and scream and storm the house? Go ahead, girl.
Liliana
Carrie was good. I wasn't mad at Carrie this episode.
Said after everything, our expectations are low. I'll give it a 7. Our expectations. She said, Liliana said the bar is in hell.
Liliana, please. But we open up and we know that Artemis Fowl, honey, had taken the Addies and she was laid up, convulsing. They had to flatline. I said, the baby flatline? Call CPS immediately, because nobody needs custody of this baby Artemis. They said no. And so now we're kind of coming into the situation, seeing what's happened, assessing it. These were my pills. I have to go meet with CPS now, because clearly I'm unfit if I'm taking illegal Adderall and my baby got access to them. Of course, Howard's in the room. Eleanor is there because I'm standing beside you, sister. So after the wait and the revelation of who David is, the ex-wife being kicked down the steps, and now, this is the man that I married. What am I going to do? Dom, did this impact you? Did the baby being shocked back to life and CPS being called not move you? Were you not on the edge of your seat? Like, is baby Artemis Fowl long for this earth? Like, how did it make you feel, Dom?
No. I didn't care, and because one, I'm gonna say I get that this is how the book is formatted, but it is a different medium. The Martian is the book is different than the movie because you can only do certain stuff and you can communicate certain stuff in the book differently than you do in this format. So it's different, and it should have been changed. And I die on that hill. This little baby, the whole time from the end of last episode to this episode, I was really trying to get emotionally invested because Elizabeth Moss was doing her big one with the acting. I genuinely felt like she was a mother swirling in grief and guilt, and I felt every emotion she was giving, but I just also couldn't care because I was wondering, because we saw her put them Adderall on the top shelf. And so, one, we know that baby didn't accidentally get into nothing. I immediately knew it was Howard, but also the whole time I was thinking, how do you poison your own daughter and not be the culprit? Like, not how, like, my thing is, how does the baby not say daddy gave me these pills? Like, how did you introduce these pills to this child enough to where she overdosed? You know what I'm saying? This is not 1-2 Adderall. You said take the whole tin can, and did daddy give you a smoothie? Like, what? Like, when she wakes up, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how the Adderall get in her system and we not immediately take him to jail. But so it was fine. But that was where my mind was this whole time. Was like, that was a dumb plan. But I was okay. But the turn of him going so far in his mania to being willing to sacrifice his child to maintain his own bubble and maintain this farce that he put up is a layer to Corey Stoll's character that I enjoy. I was like, oh, he's evil. Okay, I thought he was just manipulative and an asshole. Oh, he's evil. That I perked up for that one. I was like, okay, yeah, I did like that.
I told you he'd be pinching her and slapping her in her sleep. I knew he was demonic, but I didn't know he was kicking hoes down the stairs and poisoning children. Tyra, talk to me about CPS of it all. And then also, like, what are you going to do about it? Because, I've got you set up. I'm smarter than you. Remember, you're a dummy. Remember, you were my student. I was your teacher, sister. So, I mean, I got your whole card pulled. And what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
Howard's motivations were pretty clear. I said, looky here, June, Offred, keep sweet and pray. You're in the community. You didn't know you were over there, but you are. The moment you think about running, getting some information, going to turn him in, they made us sit through her in the puppet show in the attic with the children. Oh, I love my children. Look how devoted I am. So, girl, he gonna cap them kids. If you don't save them children, I say you fools. CPS collect. Get them kids out of the home. They're not safe with either one of these fools because the fact that she left them children wide open. I said that's the first thing he's gonna do. I thought that he would threaten. Well, I know about your habit. I know I have dirt that could just take you down as a mother. I'll take those kids away from you. I didn't think he would go this far and poison these kids. Now, when it happened, I said, oh, he poisoned the babies. He said, have a fruit bowl, tramp. I don't know what he said to the baby to get her to take all those pills, but he gave them to her. And it's just like, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The fact that we can love our kids so much, but you so easily, for years at this point, dug yourself into this perfect hole to be trapped because I know everything. All the cards and the balls are in my court. You didn't have, like, what have you been doing all this time? Knee and dough? What were you? This is the same thing with Nancy, like, in her plan. Like, what were you doing for 20 years? What were you doing? It just never crossed your mind. Even when his character was in question, even when she thought it was just simply cheating, you always have to protect your kids and yourself first. It's just always just been like, no, you did this. I know you did it. You can prove it, and you killed Nancy. And what are you going to do about it? So I thought Mary might have had something in her pockets. I knew she didn't have it in her pockets last episode when she was rummaging through his things all loud and out. So I said, girl, just hit the damn smoke detectors at this point. The way you digging through stuff, you're not being cautious. I'm like, if this man is capable of doing certain things, even if you thought for a second that he was cheating and the ring is here, he could have actually done something to Nancy. Let me move with caution so I can protect myself. Let me be none the wiser. No, you all, I'm in the cleaner's box. Like, why are you so loud? All under the damn floorboards. You wanted to be caught, and now we're here, and your babies went down with it, and you're stuck. This is wow. This is an axe murderer, and she's a drug addict. I need them to remove these kids from the home immediately.
Oh, she's a fiend, clearly an active addiction. But Howard's response to "You're a killer, you do that," and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it, Mary? Dom, talk to me about this. Did this give you everything you've been looking for from his character since the beginning? You were the one who told us everything he's in. He's a maniac. So was this the full realization of that mania over here, or what?
Yes, this is his magnum opus of mania. This everything from House of Cards all the way up to now has been building to this role, and he is full evil cartoon villain now, and it's great. I loved it when when the officers took Mary out of the room and she turned the corner and he was standing there with the CPS agent from Hawthorne. That's the only other thing I've ever seen that lady in. It's Hawthorne.
She was in Devious Maids too, I think. I think she was in Devious Maids, which was my show.
Okay, look at that. But when we turn
Representation, Dom. The Latinas need to work too. Damn it. She was
the officer? Isn't she from Ugly Betty?
She was Ugly Betty too, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was Ugly Betty's sister, right?
She been in stuff.
Okay, I didn't watch Ugly Betty. I'm just saying I saw her in Hawthorne. I'm going deep in her filmography. The Jada Pinkett Smith Emmy Award winning Hawthorne. But as soon as she turned the corner and saw those two, I was like, oh, he done it. And she finna make it worse. I know her hysterical ass was about to make it worse. And she performed, and he looked down at her because he like, yeah, please put on a show for me because you're just making it easier. And when he looked down with them glasses, and he was like, what you gonna do about it? I was like... And then she went full June crazy. And that was, man, that was a great scene. That scene is probably the greatest scene in the show. I loved it. And Kerry Washington showed up and was actually a human being for the first time in this series.
Since Robert wasn't there.
Lord.
So no, I was here for it. That was the best part.
Okay, so now it's time to go. Because he is the only suitable parent to have the kids. She's immediately
degenerate gambler.
She's immediately like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And of course, Eleanor's like, well, just come home with me. I've got the space. I've got the money. So you'll be fine over here. But call Marcus. Marcus, like, I just need you not to leave your dad alone with the kids. And he says, listen, Mom, whatever you said he did it. I know I'm on your side, Mom, and I'm watching. And I'll be there. Don't worry. I really hate that they released this still as part of the press release. Because listen here, it looks like Marcus is going to be doing something really sinister, or like he's got some tea. He's really a monster. And it was really just like, yeah, Mom, I'm on your side. I'll watch the kids. I'll watch the girls. I'll make sure Dad doesn't give them the candy again and poison them. But Dom, talk to me about this, because I was really like, damn, Marcus, I really thought other than being a degenerate gambler, you were going to be a psychopath. I thought that from the beginning. Was this anticlimactic for you? And what did you think just about the whole stay with your dad? And it's like, Mom, I know he's a terrible person.
Well, I didn't really believe him because if the son is really on your side, Mary, how did Howard know you was there? Because Mary said that she talking to the son, and the son is saying that everybody's at the hospital. Meanwhile, he Michael Myers around the corner in the house. So how did he know you was there? Either he took the phone or the son told him. So I don't. You can't trust an addict. You can't trust a murderer, and you can't trust a gambling addict. And this family got all three. There's no decent human being in the family, so except them little girls. And now one little girl drug addict, you made her overdose. And so nobody's safe in this family. And yes, Hawthorne was great. Jada Pinkett aside, she had a full head of hair in that show. So Hawthorne was great then. And
Stop, please. Don't bring Will out of retirement, please.
He ain't gonna slap me.
When he should have slapped somebody. Jada was over there living her best freak fantasy with Anthony. Okay, that's when you should have slapped somebody.
Yeah, Jada Pinkett had more chemistry with that random doctor in Hawthorne than Olivia had with Fitz. We should have been worried then. We knew then that it was a problem. And then now you got the son doing his Liam Neeson taking stands. Like I don't trust this kid. I still don't trust this kid. And he probably on the daddy side. So
okay. Oh, that's an interesting take. Tyra, I'm on your side, Mom. Whatever you said he did, I know he did it. And I'll watch the girls. Was this anticlimactic? Were you expecting much more from Marcus's character, or can we expect more going forward?
They didn't do anything with him for quite some time. I was like, oh yeah, it's up. He's inconsequential. It don't matter. It don't matter. Unfortunately, my eyes, my deck was always over there against Mary. I was like, it's Mary. But the son, they just really we didn't even see him for plenty of episodes. It just felt like it didn't matter. So by the time we have his confessional in the other episode, there's that. Like, I'm on your side, Mom. So is Nationwide. What is that gonna do for me in this situation? That's not gonna do anything for me. Like, I need Mary to really have some she just should have had an exit strategy, like some type of plan. You did all of this digging for what you thought may have could be going on, and then you didn't have anything strategically lined up for, if this happens, me and my girls I can do, or I should. It was just like, all the world is falling around all at once around me. What did you think this crazy person was gonna do? But we make sure you watch the what. Like, first of all, I'm a son. I'm scared. What you mean? Make sure I do what? Girl, I don't want to be here. I thought she was gonna tell him, like, get the girls. Go to Auntie Eleanor's. Protect yourselves. I don't care whatever your dad says. I didn't. It's like, no, I believe you, Mom. I understand. Like, no, don't leave me over here with crazy. If you gonna poison little baby, what's that? It's up for me. It's up for anybody. He just was smart enough not to take the fruit bowl, Tramp. So let me get one of them unassuming little girls from upstairs. Come on down. Daddy got some candy for you. Have a couple of these mints.
Listen, terrible. And so now we're over here because, of course, the police got all of a sudden some evidence. You need to see this. Your husband dropped off some things that you had hiding, Mary, in your whatever. And honestly, I'm just glad you use a washcloth. Of all the things to grab of Nancy's, you grabbed embroidered, monogrammed washcloth. And I said, I'm just glad y'all are using washcloths. She had her perfume, I think a set of earrings. And it's like, why do you have it? It's not what it looks like. Oh God, it looks so bad, but it's not what it looks like over here, because apparently the two of them have been cosplaying. And I don't even know where is that slide. The two of them have been cosplaying being the Kennedy or the Hennessy's, right? You be Robert and I be Nancy, and you'll spit in my mouth and do all the freaky stuff that they were doing. But also, why do you have this stuff? Eleanor's looking at Mary like, girl, what kind of freak festival are y'all into? What are you doing over here? And the police are just really looking. At this moment, I thought, ma'am, you're being detained. All right. We have enough information on you. Because why do you have her panties? Why do you have her washcloths? Why do you have any of those things? Tyra, talk to me about the cosplay of it all and this investigation. Why do you have her washcloth? And did you use it?
I said, you whore. I said, you dope fiend. She's an accomplice. You stole that lady's washcloths and J. Adore Dior. You're sick. Okay, you're sick. It was just, certain things. I just knew she wasn't going to miss. No, this was not about missing. You didn't take anything that you could hawk for money because your husband's broke. You took up close and personal things so you could pretend to be this lady on your off days. This is a sick circle of friends. You wanted her life. He wanted her coochie. And this one over here wanted her Robert. This is crazy. I would lock all of their asses up. She would be gone. You have a whole box. And the fact that you knew that these things were there, you knew that there was a whole box worth of stuff that could be used against you. And while you were collecting everything, going through the motions, maybe if you put that damn Adderall down that you got off the owl with the cough syrup, we could have been able to function to remember to grab these things just in case he tries to use them against me. You had a whole box of evidence. Really? Just lying around, and he came and turned it in. Well, you know, I didn't want to be the one to do it, but she was obsessed with Nancy. Here's the evidence. It's like, oh well, girl, the fact that you let Eleanor be the bright spot in the room. So I thought I was on one, giving up this box to Robert. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that? You know, I was just cosplaying and pretending to, you know, be her and telling him, you know, F me hard in the back. Like, I was like, girl, go upstairs, June. Go upstairs, June. This is very sick. And you mean to tell me you didn't think that it was weird that your husband was so eager to participate? And even in this way, the fact that you were pretending to be this woman, you didn't think for any moment when they had some solo time that he might try to push up on Nancy. You were over here pretending to be Nancy, you fool. She's an idiot. Get those children out of that home for their safety. This is sick. I will be looking into both of them. The fact that they're just so hyper focused on her. Y'all better go look at that trifling husband. Okay. Ugh.
Dom, I'm just glad you use a washcloth. Was this shocking to you? Was the cosplay a surprise?
It was shocking. It was very shocking because I never had any faith in Mary's intelligence. I always knew that she was a dog with a bone with this weird ass housewife investigation she was doing. But the levels of stupidity you have to where you cosplay as this woman and you and your husband are doing this. You have your husband effing Nancy in your minds, and then Nancy dies. The 2 and 2 has to make 4. Like, why did you not look at your husband sideways at all? And my thing is, in my house, we don't kink shame, because what happens behind closed doors is your business. House and ever. That's nasty. Because, but I'm gonna say this. This is why I only date women. This is really why I only date women of color, specifically Black women, because common sense got to be common. And if you are cosplaying as somebody else, like if you have a parasocial relationship and it's like we're gonna be Beyonce and Jay-Z, that's weird. I don't like that, but that's reasonable. If we're gonna be Cleopatra and Mark Antony, all right, whatever floats your boat, because these aren't people that are attainable. This is a fantasy. This, by definition, it's a fantasy. The person next door is different because it's gonna get so hot and heavy to where I'm thinking you saying Nancy a little too passionately, and see, it don't perk up your antenna that he's saying Nancy so passionately because you really want to be Nancy. So both of y'all are very weird, and both of y'all need very real help. And I don't want you looking at a kid, let alone taking care of anybody. Nobody, the mother, the daughter, the mother, the father, the son, all need help, and they all need to be on a psychological hold because it is ridiculous. Like the best friend, because and it's the same weird, because she's gonna look at him crazy if he decide he want to have a threesome now. Now let's actually bring Nancy in. Now you're gonna think I'm weird. No. You being weird because you actually, and you got the washcloth, you actually want to be in this lady's skin. You got her skin particles crawling up your arm when you take a bath because you want to be in this lady's skin. That's not okay. That's beyond the kink. That's just weird. We need to lock you up, and we need to lock you up now. And how dare this show? How dare this show bring me all these episodes in and make Carrie Washington's character the most human and real, the most reasonable person on the show? That's ridiculous. How dare they?
Dom, please. I kink shame. All right. I kink shame. I do around here. It gives Invasion of the Body Snatchers when it and like you said, if you want to be Miss Marvel, and he wants to be Ant-Man or, whatever, that's one thing. But to come over here and you want to be your best friend, it makes me feel like you would take her out and try to claim her identity. I don't like any of that. That was very telling to me. And it tells me that no one is really innocent over here, right? So after we leave the station, Eleanor says, listen, Mary, I need your help. You said Howard did it. You've got the proof. We need to go get these medical records because we have to have a private investigator come. And he displays everything that happened to Nancy that night. They drug her this far. Then he got tired. He did it by one leg. You see the splatter on the wall. He was 6'2". He had a shoulder injury, all of that. Instantly, it's like, oh, that's Howard. Howard. And so Eleanor's like, go in the house, get the medical records. I'll wait outside with the car running. All right. And we'll get her done. This is our plan, sister. And you can stay on my couch as long as you want to. My funds are never ending. So don't worry about that. Money's not an object. Whatever you need, we will get it. We will figure out a way for your kids. Just work with me, sister, because we have to get to the bottom of it. I really thought that this dynamic shift was really jarring because from this point or from before, Mary was the one like, we need to solve this. We need to get to the bottom of it. And now all of a sudden, Eleanor is the dog with the bone. Dom, talk to me about this work with me, sis, and the investigation, because I hired a private investigator. We need to go to the site and we need to see exactly what happened to Nancy.
This episode and this part of the episode made me want Howard to not be the killer, only because this is the symptom of y'all done watch too much SVU, you done watch too much true crime, and now you think you're finna solve this crime, and now you got all this confirmation bias. Now you got the reason, even the private investigator, the reason I switched from two hands to one hand is because I'm tired, because I just got done killing somebody. And so I just, the leaps and bounds in logic to twist. And this is why we have due process. This is why we have a process to evaluate crimes, because it's just not, I feel it in my gut. So that's what happens. That's not how it goes. And now you sound crazy. Now you sound crazy. The black lady sound crazy. Kerry Washington got this weird ass wig on, and I feel like I'm just watching women be hysterical, and I'm like, this was written by a man in the 50s. This was written by one of like Dick Van Dyke's friends, like somebody who's just out of time. It's just like some 90-year-old women who's just like, you know how women are. That just seems like the how this show is being written, and it's funny to me now. It's almost like a satire, like a comedy, because I don't understand what's going on, and we bet not have Mary and Eleanor solve the crime. It just can't happen. You can't expect me to be invested, and this is how the show ends.
Dom, Tyra, but I think, and Lee, put some respect on Dick's name, all right? Dick ain't never been in no scandal. Dick is 106 years old, out here living his best life.
That's why I say his friends. That's why I say his friends, because there's no way Dick lived to be 102 and he don't know no degenerates. That's what I'm saying. He not one, but somebody in black and white, Andy Griffith, somebody was doing something crazy. And so Dick got a friend that ain't good.
But I mean, I will say that there's room for a space to exist where women can be hysterical and they can be grounded. I think there's room for that right here. But Tyra, talk to me about the private investigation
This ain't the time.
And work with me, sis. Work with me. Let's figure this out.
Leave them hysterics on the porch. I need you to present a strong front. The way June, you did it. I'm like, girl, but just build a case against yourself. You already have all these ladies' personal items, and you did it. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? You look like a dog with rabies. Now we got private investigator money. Now we call the private investigator. I was like, it took to get here. Just like, oh, a part of me felt like Eleanor was like, oh, this really takes the spotlight off of Robert. It was Howard. Now we can call someone. Because when it was all about Robert, we can't do that. We can't turn that information in. You got a book. The journal said what? It incriminates who?
My man.
We can't do that. Oh, now it's Howard. Oh my God, he's sick. We have to do this for Nancy. All right, you go and pack a bag and get everything, and we're gonna call this private investigator now. Why didn't we call this man immediately? If you had the funds to do so, and clearly you did, and we went through the whole thing. He was like, yeah, I see it all. I was like, oh, it's all just out. The way he was like, yeah. there was an injury in the left shoulder. I said, now you're doing too much. Now you're doing too much. This ain't CSI. Please, sir. Private investigator, sure. See, yeah, this is the dragon, the markings. If you really look in zero. All right, sir. If you say so, I'm gonna let y'all rock. Oh, see, that confirms it. That was an injury in Howard's shoulders. Oh, it's just all coming together as if we needed any more proof. But we got private investigator money now. This is the plan. This was the plan. I needed more. At this point, it was still Howard's word against yours, and it doesn't take much for Howard to knock her off of her little rock. Oh, well, that's what you got. that little shoulder injury, that little run of the mill injury. That's nothing. Ha! I laugh in your face. I said, yeah, this isn't doing enough. I need you to do something else. This switch of who's really in charge and who's trying to do the right thing. I guess they're trying to be interesting with it, but they're both just dumb as hell. So I just take it with a grain of salt, because if we had private investigator money, we had private investigator money 5 episodes ago.
And why? What was he saying? He was like he couldn't take him to the site because he lose his license. Yeah. And then we got there, and I was like, okay, cool. It's not a closed crime scene anymore. It ain't no caution tape no more. It's just under a bridge. So you could have. I don't know why they needed him to take her. Like, you could have just gone to the bridge. It's a hobo right there behind him sleeping. Like, it's not a closed crime scene. What was you gonna lose your license?
That's what I'm saying. What all were you seeing? Like, that's what I'm saying. We're so far removed from the incident. It's like, yeah, this is untouched territory. I can tell you exactly what happened, when it happened, and how it happened. Yeah, you see those markings. What you don't know who came through here and did what, but you're going to tell me that a shoulder injury made this pool. All right, sir, you good at your job, ain't you?
That's what he said. That's what he said. So now it's time to go back to the house and get the medical records, because the shoulder injury is the smoking gun. Do you hear me? If we get these records, it's going to prove that Howard did it. But what she doesn't expect is Howard there, and he's like, where's my damn ring? You left a mess. I saw the floorboard, and I know my ring is missing. What'd you do with it, ho? And she said, I know what you did. I know everything that you did. Listen, he said, ho, if I go down, you go down with me. Do you hear me? Do you remember them nights in Mexico, Miss Hennessy, where we would be all freaked out? And, I kept my mints at the top of his shelf, and I know she didn't crawl up there and get them. And he said, and I do it again. He said, and I do it again, ho. If I go down, you go down. And he's like, I get it, but what I don't like is you being scared of me. Look at you. You look scared. Now, am I going to kick you down the steps? No, we're on the same floor right now. I can't, but don't worry about that. It's fine. You know what? I really did like you, Mary. I think we can still make it a go. We can go to Ohio, just pack up the house, and we can head out, forget all of this foolishness, and let's ease on down the road. At some point in the episode, Eleanor approaches, because we all know what our good sis is going to do in this moment, which is tell her, listen, he's smarter than me. I'm a dummy. He's got me dead to rights. So I'm going to go back home with my husband. And she makes him a promise. She says, baby, I won't tell your secrets. Your secrets are safe with me. And we're just going to make the best out of this terrible life. I know you're a philanderer. I know you're a cheater. I know you're capable of unaliving someone. But outside of that, I also know that you gave my daughter Addie's and almost took her life. Yet I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to stay with you because you're a smart man. I was a PhD candidate in my second year when we met. So I've done all of the schooling. I'm not a dummy, but you're a professor, an unemployed professor at that, of the classics. So that makes me dumber than you. This is the part of the episode that pissed me off more than anything, because girl, you've lived this whole life. All last episode, we got to learn about your aspirations, how you turned, your life around growing up, which was hard. You took care of your siblings. You really were smart. You were pursuing this dream. You met this man. But now you're saying you're not capable of anything. Of course, Eleanor is like, what are you talking about? Like, no. And he says, Eleanor, get out of here. You've never been family. I don't care what you think. You're black. You're nothing at all.
Poor. You're nothing at all. You're a woman.
You're nothing at all. You're not part of this family. So you guys, talk to me about this. Talk to me, Tyra, about he's smarter than me, the confrontation, the medical records, which are the smoking gun, and the whole you're nothing without me. Just let's go to Ohio. Let's make this thing work.
They're stupid. The smoking gun was the medical records. I was like, okay, see now, this is when Alfred turns her back and she pulls the tape recorder out of her pocket. You know, when I'm out of its sight, said, thought you had me, didn't you see? Aha, I gotcha. Red-handed. Aha. It's on the, like, it's like, no, we're just gonna stand here and outright confess everything. Say what I did, how I did it, how he was like, like you're so tense. Like, this is a psycho. We recycle stuff. It's like, you act like you're scared of me. I would never hurt you, Mary. No, I know what you did. I know. I wouldn't do that. Like, just come on home, be a good girl. It's cool. We can always start over. Okay? It's like, no. I was like, is she recording him? Is that really what we're doing in here? No, because then we get here. I said, this is the same Mary who last episode came in there guns a-blazing. Yeah. Why does she have a copy of your book, Howard? This went wood around the city. This wasn't a New York Times bestseller. Nobody read this book. Nobody gave a damn about your dumbass book, Howard. So she's not just gonna find a copy. How does she get a copy with the underline here? Like, then they try to shoehorn in her backstory. You know, I was always, go slipping off into flights of fancy and my PhD in writing, and then we get here and we're just, he's smarter than me. I'm like, this is just supposed to be a battered woman. He's just sucked the life. She's like, that's what you do. You move on and you use women and you siphon everything until their whole lives just revolve around you. And it's always about you, which you already knew before we even got this tidbit of information. But I guess you were just pretending this entire time. But once we get over here and he's smarter than me and she just gives up, I was like, really, is that all the fight that you have in you, Mary? That's it. You mean to tell me you're ready to be sad and complacent with the thought of if and when you ever possibly got out of line a little bit that he would jeopardize you and your children. But at least I get to be with my children. So I'm just going to go over there. This is dumb as hell. Girl, child ain't safe in a family of man. I want them to take those children. They need to be reported. Give them kids to Mullet. She seems firm. Get them from over there. It's sad. I don't know. This was dumb.
It was dumb. I promise I won't tell. Talk to me about Howard, the confrontation, the medical records as a smoking gun, and he's smarter than me. I'm just a dummy. I'm just a woman.
This to me the best part of the episode. This was my favorite part of the episode, and because his psychosis was on full, and he was eating up the scene. All he was having fun filming this scene. Because he didn't be menacing like a Disney villain. He was, hey, whoa, you're trembling. You feel, why are you scared of me, baby? I see a way through. I see us getting through this. We can go to the promised land in Ohio. Like, but to me, it was so well done in the way of like showing how well he manipulates her, especially juxtaposed with the beginning of the episode. Even though I hate this narration every time we got to go into somebody's, I hate this narration. It irritates my soul. But when in the beginning of the episode, when the first thing she says is, I don't even remember missing a day taking a pill, and somehow I got pregnant. I'm like, he's been manipulating me. Like, that's just what I felt like. He done took them pills out and put sugar pills, put Skittles. Yeah, he put placebos in there, and he done knocked you up. And I'm like, he been mind warping you this for 20 years, and then you finally started to break free, and then right again he pulled out the kryptonite, and he was like, baby, the key is we can be a family, the dinner table. And I was like, oh, he is good. And then she still left. And when she came back, when Eleanor woke up and Mary was gone, and she went barefoot all the way back home. I was like, oh, you are white. You are good and white. You were in a taxi barefoot. You was in there. But when she was, I thought Eleanor was gonna show up and that man was gonna be dead. I was like, oh, she killed him in his sleep. And then no, she just hiding
upstairs, looking like Alfred.
just all the praise be about you, and so I was like, oh, she's back in the cave, like she's back in Plato's cave, and so that deterioration of her, I wish we would have gotten more of her backstory. I wish we would have gotten like 2 episodes of like their build up, like we did with Nancy. just to see his manipulation in the beginning of how we got here. But I like that scene of just showing like his teeth are sunk deep in her, and she's not smart. Sorry, because he got his PhD. So who the smart one? Who got his?
It's hard though. It's hard for me to get into it that he's Goldie from the Mac. You just out here pimping and finessing hoes. He just basically told her, "I want to be your mother, your father, your lover, your puppy. Just come on home, baby." Like you're really him. I don't buy that from you, but okay.
And so now we're here. She's back home, but the next day, the popo knocking at the dodo for him, and he's looking at her like, "I told you what I was gonna do if you told these people about me." I didn't do it. I promise. Oh my God. Now this was full battered woman in the corner when the police come in. I promise it wasn't me, Howard. It wasn't me, Tyra. Look at the look on his face. He's like, "Oh, I got stuff." This was very Ike. To me, very Ike coded. Like when I get home,
kill you.
when I get
Down, kill you, anime.
But talk to me about the arrest. And again, they're just kind of throwing this in there because, of course, we get the reveal after. And of course, I have a slide for that. But talk to me about this and literally her fear. I promise it wasn't me. I promise.
That's what I said when Tina tried to get away with them. He said they lock people up for kidnapping their kids. And you know that they lock people up. This was crazy. This was crazy. And I get it. It's Imperfect Women. But I was like, do all the women have to be imperfect? Like, Officer Cop Lady, is nothing registering in your mind the fact that he just delivered a bill of goods to you? Like, yeah, just look how crazy and warped she is. I have a whole, but she gave her this whole rundown when we were getting our little interrogation. Oh, and these are things that you just figured out about your husband just now. You didn't know. Why aren't you putting the same lens on him? Because the way the door was open, and there was the fear of, oh my God, I didn't do anything. I swear, like, don't hit me, like, not in the face. You didn't feel any tension there. You didn't feel anything, but it's like, no, I have a warrant here for your arrest, and it was like, oh, wait till I get home. I'm like, do something. And then on the way out, you who we're arresting, you have the capacity to say, yeah, one call away. Make sure that you reach out to them folks because she shouldn't be alone with our children. It's like, okay, well, yeah, we're going to arrest you for the possibility of murder, but we're going to follow through with what you said because you're the man and we're all imperfect women. I was like, you know what? There's no solidarity here. There's no hope here. This was sad, but nobody's here for Mary but Mary. I don't know. Offred has to stand up. You know, she has to.
At some point, right? One day, you got to. Dom, it wasn't me. I promise, it wasn't me. I didn't call these people. I didn't call them. I didn't call them. Get CPS in here. She can't be alone 5 minutes with them. Get them in here before you arrest me, because I have control over the situation like that.
Yeah.
I thought that Mary was just understanding that, all right, in order to be with my kids, I'm gonna have to capitulate with this murderer in my mind. He's a murderer, and I'm just capitulating. But when she was all hysterical, like it wasn't me, like you still think he cared? You still think that he give a damn about you? Like if it's not me, it's no one. That's his mindset. He looked at you like you piece of dirt. My thing is you need to stop being surprised about it. Like I need y'all to understand. If you gonna have the arrangement of I'm living my life, I'm married to an ex-murderer, and that's just gonna be our life, you just need to hold it down. You need to go hold it down. You can't be Tasha and switch up on them now. Hold it down through whatever. And the scene in the hospital was great. Give her an Emmy. This scene was unnecessary. Like, all right, I got you, Jim.
Lord have mercy. So, of course, to get this arrest, Eleanor, as soon as she finds out it's not her man, I need to go tell Robert. I need to go tell the Hennessy money, the Hennessy name, so that they can get this investigation going because Howard did it and we need to get him locked up and they have the power and the name and the money to do it. So we get over to the house and it's Robert and his dad. And clearly Robert's in the midst of being berated. He looked down bad. He got the bottle. He's hugging it. She's hugging the liquor bottle, rocking back and forth. And so she comes in and she's like, it's Howard. We have the proof. Mary's found everything that we need. We know it was him. And the dad's like, yeah, we're not getting involved. The hoe's dead, thankfully. She brought down the family name anyway. I said that when she came in, she was going to corrupt the bloodline. I said, well, damn, if they said that about Nancy, what the hell did they say about Eleanor? I know it was all kind of black everybody. In that moment. And so Robert hears Eleanor out and I guess comes to himself in the moment. It's like, no, you are going to give your name because you know what, Dad? I learned it from watching you. You infantilized me my entire life. You treated me like a boy and I'm a man, Dad. I'm a real man. And you're going to do this because we're going to get to the bottom of it. I loved her. I loved Nancy with everything on the inside of me. And Dad is like, whatever, fine. And so we get the arrest. But what did you think about this approach, Eleanor, this being her first stop on the tour after we find out what happened with Howard and her being too black to be part of the family? Dom, talk to me about Robert in this moment with his father.
This wasn't her first stop. This should have been the first stop. This should have been when Mary came to you and was like, I know who David is. The next stop is, hey, to Robert with all of these connections and influence, guess who killed your wife? Like, this is, why are we just now getting here? And then why did this feel like an add-on scene? This feel like we shot the season and we was like, oops, we forgot this scene and we had to shoot it. It just seemed very staged and very out of place. Like, he's just already on the couch. And like, I've seen people like alcoholics who at the bottom, that's not what they look like. Even rich alcoholics who at the bottom don't look like they just rolled out of bed and had one bottle. Like, he looked fine. He just looked sad. He needed a haircut. And then you being 50 years old, deciding to be a man is not impressing me. You puffing your chest out at your geriatric father is not impressing me. And maybe it's because I watched The Crown, and The Crown, while nothing happens in that show, is written amazingly. And so this was like, what Tyler Perry script school did you go to where it's like, no, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, or I'm going to release everything. I'm going to release all the Epstein files, Dad. And it's just, I mean, it was cool. It was a scene. It was necessary, but I haven't spent enough time with this man-child for this to have been like the Spartacus scene where we all stand up. I haven't seen him in 5 episodes. I mean, I'm not invested in this man at all.
I don't remember his name. Tyra, talk to me about this. You infantilized me. You made me a boy. You treated me like a boy. You coddled me, Dad. I'm a man now.
Were we supposed to stand up and slow 80s clap? So what am I supposed to do with this? What do you want me to do with this? I was more focused on Eleanor. How many white households do you have to roll up on when they tell you to get your raggedy ass off my porch? They're giving you the help treatment. So get out of here. All of a sudden, the moment the ish hits the fan, you're not a part of the family and you're a negress. Get out of here, gal. She turned into a gal real quick. Okay? Howard said, get on out of here. Get away from here. Get away from these parts. Okay? Then we get over. I gotta tell Robert. He has connections. I have to get to Robert. Then he's just here. A sloth on the couch. I don't know. What? Oh, because I just care about Nancy that deeply. When we left off with you slapping the mess, I think it's at the last scene we saw him slapping Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we left off with that, but at this moment, he has enough passion. You know what? I loved her. I blame you, Dad. This is all your fault. Nancy wasn't protected. She didn't see me as the potential man that I could be, and it's all your fault because shut up. Call the people and just leave the scene. I didn't personally need this. This could have been a phone call. This could have been a phone call from Eleanor in the car. The way that man, because he said, I don't care. I don't care. And I'm glad that she's gone. Like, but who cares? You want me to use my resources? She said, don't you know somebody? Don't you have a black influence family? Call some of your people. Isn't your mother? It's like, well, y'all have connections, but not like you, not like the Hennessys, not like the Yaks. I need you guys to do something. So, okay. we get it done. But the fact that they wanted to act like, oh, I know that's right, Robert. You better carry the whole city on your back. I'll tear this whole family down if I have to. Because you're going to do something, Dad. Or I'm going to the, what did you say back in the day? I'm going to the Inquirer. All right? I'm going to do what I need to do. It's like, no, nobody cares. This isn't the moment that you think it is. But this is just weakness. Every time you see Robert, it's weak. And it makes it even more crazy that the likes of Eleanor, this is what you were holding your hopes on. This man for this long. This nothing. This was not a man. I'm glad we're getting some motion, but you don't get a prize for this. Not at all.
Very mid, very basic. And then
And can't they afford better maids? Because if I make the kind of money I make, when somebody unwanted comes to the door, close the door in their face. Don't be polite to them. She can't just barge into my house. If I'm not to be disturbed, I'm not to be disturbed. That means she lost her job. If I'm not to be disturbed, that means you don't close the door.
let the lady keep her job, Dom. Damn, we ain't trying to have no unemployed people here now.
Guadalupe need to tighten up.
Was it you, Scott? Because this is how we get the scene ending. It wasn't Howard after all, because we actually have CCTV footage of Scott, the predator, the mama's husband, who was essaying his stepdaughter out here looking to be dropping the body, whatever. I don't know. This camera is placed so perfectly for me. But this is the Hennessy murder suspect, and he has been apprehended. He's been arrested. Tyra, was it you, Scott?
Please, I was hoping we wouldn't waste our time and put this man here. I had already told you, if we didn't introduce him in some type of way in the last episode, don't try to latch it on now. Like,
told you, if they brought Bullseye over here, they were.
I don't know this
using
man like that. I don't know him. I don't know him like that. I do know that you weren't utilized outside of those couple scenes and a few phone calls. So it just seemed like nonsense. You still really trying to turn the wheel? Well, maybe it could be. Please look at here. I'm trying to bear with you guys. Okay, don't ruin this. We try to give y'all a few props. It's like, okay, you know what? We see what you're trying to do. We're trying to bring it on home and the home stretch. But hey, let's go. This is the equivalent of, it's like, oh, we have a camera here. It's showing that random black man that Kerry Washington wanted nothing to do with in the beginning of the episodes. It could be him. He's a suspect. He was over there with Nancy. And this is the same. We ain't got nothing from this man. This is just something for us to waste some time on. This didn't do anything for me. It actually kind of pissed me off because I don't want to hear about it.
Dom, was it you, Scott?
No, it wasn't Scott. No, this is the stupidest red herring I've ever seen in my life. And you didn't pay this man. You didn't brought the man. He acting his butt off over there in Daredevil Born Again right now. And you took him away from that to come have him. Where is this dash cam place? Is this on a car? Is this just randomly placed dash cam? I don't understand. And this this 11th hour twist for a twist's sake, just to keep us guessing. It doesn't come from anything. It doesn't go anywhere. And it's not him. It's just so obviously not him that the end of this show was no surprise to me. I was like, oh, I don't.
You just can't.
It's like my grandfather trying to. I got your nose at 30. Like, no, you don't.
This doesn't make any sense for them to match wits here. Like, oh, don't keep your eyes on Howard. Scott, we would have had to show Scott shooting a baby. What? I don't know.
All right. Well, we're going to see now the favorite part. My favorite part of the Imperfect Women reviews are the rapid fire questions, you guys. I want to know. I'm going to go in order. I want to know your answers, and be sure to drop them in the chat. Howard or Scott? Who took out Nancy, Tyra?
Howard.
Dom, Howard or Scott? Who took out Nancy?
Neither.
Okay. Chat, let me know. Who took out Scott, or who took out Nancy? Howard
Is Mary an option still?
I mean,
okay, I'm going to follow the rules. I'm going to go with Howard.
Yeah. Okay. Next, Howard poisoned Artemis Fowl on purpose. Yes or no, Dom?
Yes. And why do you keep soiling the good name of Artemis Fowl by putting it on that baby?
That's what he named her after. Or, whatever, Artemis, the god to protect children. It was so ironic. Tyra?
Of
Poison
course he
darkness?
did. Absolutely. I'm telling you, I feel that scene with them having their little escape, and I'm Nancy and you're Robert. I'm like, are you guys doing this together? Because we always thought like, okay, she has a partner, but you just assumed that it was the son. Because what are we doing with him? Are we wasting him? I can put it up to these fools to be diabolical and try to take down Nancy together. I think this, and if you were a part of the plan to corrupt and poison your baby for show, ho, you must go to jail.
Yeah, he must do time. He needs to be gone. He needs to be out of there. Okay, Scott showing up on footage of the crime scene. Is this AI deep fake news, or is it real, Dom?
I would say it's obviously real, and they wouldn't do an AI deepfake in this show, but they just did that storyline in the morning show, so it might be like a thing we're implementing in Apple. So, but I don't think they're gonna go that far and to make it deepfake. Please don't do that. It's just stop it.
So it's real. Tyra, real or AI?
It's real. It's how his dash cam from his car.
All right. Do you trust Mary's version of events? Yes or no, Tyra?
No, you never trust a crackhead. Absolutely not. No.
Dom, do you trust Mary's version?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
No.
so we have an unreliable narrator. The cosplay reveal. Did that change how you see Mary? Yes or no, Dom?
Yeah, but yeah, she's a lot more disturbed than I thought. Yeah.
Tyra?
I always thought Mary was trash. I always thought she was trash. The whole friends group is trash, but I thought Mary was a little extra trashy. I always thought if she took her out, it was Mary. This is just confirmation. She's sick in the head. I knew it when she went and got those drugs at the supermarket. I said it's over. She's a crackhead.
Right. Tyra, going into this finale, are you satisfied with where this is headed, or are you nervous?
Satisfied is a big word.
Hey, one or the other.
I'm just happy that we're closing off with some type of interest and we aren't phoning it in as hard as we were in those first couple of episodes. Nervous? I guess nervous that they're not going to stick any landing and they've wasted our time. And it's going to be like, what? This is the reveal? Like, this is underwhelming as hell. Like, this is stupid. But it's going to be fun to talk about, so I'm here for that. I'll be satisfied with the stupidity of the finale.
Dom, are you satisfied or nervous for where we're headed?
Nervous. I'm so nervous that they're going to try and make such a big reveal and such a big swing. It's like, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Elizabeth Moss, this episode, Emmy worthy or overhyped, Dom?
Her performance is Emmy worthy. It is, but you have to have a good performance in a good show. So sorry.
Tyra, Emmy worthy or overhyped in this episode?
No, sadly, Elizabeth Moss would have to do more. We've seen her deliver this performance several times. I was waiting for her to unleash the crack in many episodes. I was happy that she did it here, but this isn't like impressive to me anymore. It's just like this is typical Elizabeth Moss behavior. Good job though. No Emmy stuff.
Okay. All right. Tough critic. All right. Scott, as the new prime suspect, game changer or last minute misdirect? Tyra?
Game changer, Ashley. Definitely a last minute misdirect. It would make no sense to try to fit Scott into, well, actually, this is how he's connected. Please, y'all only have 5 minutes and y'all already wasted 2. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. No.
Dom, Scott is the new prime suspect, game changer or last minute misdirect?
Actually, the culprit was somebody who's not emotionally connected to anybody in the cast except the dead lady. That's how we end our show. No, it's a misdirect.
All righty, guys. Well, over here, I mean, who did it? I want to know final answers. Dom, starting with you. Who did it? Who took out Nancy? What is your final answer before the finale?
If I have to pick between these three,
you can pick anybody. These were just the ones that were. I was like, put the men up there, the imperfect men.
Okay, how tall is that boy? Is he 6 foot? I still think it was. I'm still gonna stick with Alfred and the Offspring. I'm still
Marcus and Mary.
Yeah, I'm still leaning towards that a little bit. Less so about Marcus. But like I said, whatever it is not going to make sense. So I don't think the pieces are all going to come together. So I'm still going to say we're Alfred. Yeah.
Okay. Liliana, I agree. I thought that the other day when I was watching it, when we see him revealed, and then when I looked at the press pics for the next episode, Bullseye looks the same age as Kate Mara. It's very odd. I'm like, was the mom dating a very much younger man? They don't look too off in age. He doesn't look aged up anyway. I don't know. Maybe it's a continuity issue. Maybe they just really wanted
It
him
is.
for the story. But Tyra, who did it?
I'm going to stick with Mary. It's Mary and her son, or Mary and her husband, but it's Mary.
All right. And I've always said Marcus. I might as well just bet on red and keep the money on the degenerate gambler at this point, y'all. I really don't know where they're going with this story. I don't know. But you guys, Cheryl Lee the Ralph is Eleanor's mama.
I said, what? What is Cheryl doing here?
Looking good, looking fierce, looking fabulous. Predictions for the next episode, Tyra. I'm starting with you.
You can't put Cheryl Lee Raff in my face and then ask me about some prediction. Where the hell she come from?
That's the
how y'all
model.
just gonna throw Cheryl? Why would it even matter?
Girl,
what are you doing?
I was like, what are you doing here, Miss Barbara? What are you doing here, Dina? The original.
We're having a meeting.
What are you doing
here? We're having a meeting with her, with Cheryl and Leslie Odoms for no reason. Are you consoling her? Is she the culprit? Like, what? They're just doing stuff. This is very upsetting. As much as I love Cheryl Lee Raff, girl, get out of there. Get out of here. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know any predictions. I have no clue. I don't know why we would be needing to console Eleanor. Like, is she off her rocker? Is it giving baby it's going to be okay? You really did all these things. Did we try to do some huge misdirect here and it's been Eleanor the whole time? Because there will be no reason to bring a prominent person like Cheryl Lee Raff here in the final hour for what? To do what? I don't know. Did we really get any? Did we get any?
Yeah, she's tough. Yeah, she's tough. She's very much about Black excellence. It very much gave talented tint from Leslie Odom.
Well, no, did we get Eleanor's like history? Like, did we get a flashback? We didn't get a flashback with Eleanor, right?
No, not a flashback, but that she's kind of been on the, that her mom's.
But that's what I'm saying. We got one for everybody else. So are we saving it to let us know that she's crazy?
I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't mean to discombobulate you with the Cheryl Lee Ralph of it all.
Why would y'all bring Cheryl out the cut like this? Y'all just doing stuff. Don't piss me off, show.
I'm glad Auntie's getting a check and out here. And I want to see Cheryl Lee Ralph in more serious roles. So maybe this is a entry point. Dom, talk to me. Predictions. Where we go?
If Cheryl Lee did it, she's the new head of B613, and she had to take out Nancy to get back at the Hennessy Empire. I don't know, but what this bothers me is that I would love to see a show where Kerry Washington and Cheryl Lee Ralph, mother and daughter, and it's a serious drama. Not this, not this. I would love to see that somewhere else. And if you told me it was on Apple TV, I would be super sad for it. But then you doing it here, I'm just like, ugh. Because we haven't gotten a dedicated episode to Eleanor, I hope they don't.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Like I said, if you try and make it Eleanor,
they are.
And then also, if you give us her backstory episode in the first 15 minutes of the finale, only to be like, and then it wasn't her, we're gonna show you that she's crazy, just to do a last minute misdirect and be like, actually, it was this person. I don't see. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I don't see a way where this is satisfying. Whatever the whodunit is, I don't see a way where it's super satisfying, because it's either out of left field and it doesn't really connect. It doesn't matter, or it's one of the Imperfect Women, which. Okay. We'll see.
I don't know, but we did get an Eleanor episode, but it was present day Eleanor. Everybody else got a flashback except for Eleanor. So I'm really curious about how they'll play that. Like I said, I'm just happy to see Cheryl Lee Ralph outside of Abbott, and I want to see her in more. I think she would be like, if we could get Cheryl Lee Ralph on the Gilded Age or anywhere else, I would love to see more of her. She's so extremely talented, and I love her
mess. We got to get her somewhere. Felicia getting up there. Y'all can't keep calling Felicia Rashad and to be the mama on these shows. Leave Felicia Tad. Give up her.
She's glad to work, Tyra. But you guys, that was the Imperfect Women of it all. The finale is next week, and we'll be back to talk about it. But Dom, I'm going to start with you. Let the people know what you've got going on. Any final thoughts on the show? Anything else?
No final thoughts on this show. I've exhausted all my thoughts. All my available thoughts are gone. But cinematic pain on all the platforms. Come over to TikTok. We talked about the new Mummy movie and how great that was. And as soon as we're done with here, I'm gonna put up my Michael Jackson video. I saw that last night, so we're gonna start talking about Michael, and that'll be fun to talk about. So come on through, and I'm sure it'll be a good old time.
Alrighty, awesome. Tyra, let the people know what you've got going on, friend. You look so discom. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to push you out there. I'm sorry.
No, it's like I'm going to talk about Michael. We're going to talk about Michael too. Y'all go run at my videos. I have videos up for, I was going to say from, I have to say Gilded Age. I have videos I just dropped my video for the Testaments today. And also I'm covering Euphoria. So go support and check those things out. I'm just thinking about Cheryl Lee Raff, but we appreciate you guys for watching.
Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been a grower, not a shower. Listen, so thank you guys for coming through to support. What's going on, Shayna? Hope you're having an amazing afternoon. Hey, y'all, I just realized I got Apple TV, so I need to watch. Yeah, doing a cute little binge it. I wait till the finale come out. Just, get it.
She said, don't rush. Walk, don't run.
Watch Monarch. Go watch Monarch first.
But you guys, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for supporting the live. 100 of you guys, we appreciate y'all popping in and showing up for us. Have the most amazing night, and we will see you in the next video.